the exclusive home of the complete 30 for 30 library.
Welcome inside Halton Arena, a banner unveiling type of night as the Charlotte 49ers tip off the 2022-23 season as they play host to the App State Mountaineers. Bobby Rosensky alongside Molly Cotton. Molly, this was the scene just about 15 minutes ago as the Niners unveiled their banner of going to the NCAA tournament a year ago.
And an incredibly special moment for Kara Consuegra and her team. You also saw Kiki McKinney, who was Conference USA Defensive Player of the Year a season ago. She counted it down for the Charlotte 49ers and the banner unveiling. But this is what you play college basketball for. This is what you coach college basketball for. It's for championships. You're playing to win championships. That's exactly what Charlotte did a season ago, and they're in position to pick up potentially where they left off last year in this non-conference play tonight in a season opener.
Niners regular season and tournament Conference USA champs from a year ago. Their head coach Kara Consuegra in her 12th year of leading the Charlotte 49ers and just 3 wins away from 200 for her career. Meanwhile, for App State, as they come in here with their head coach Angel Elderkin in her 9th season, 106 wins overall. And Molly, we look at this Mountaineer program on the way up, winning seasons 3 out of the last 4 years.
Absolutely. This is a team that is, I think there's high expectations for the Mountaineers coming into the 9th season for Angel Elderkin. Last year, it was really a flip of a script, a completely different story, as there was a lot of newcomers, a lot of inexperience last year. The newcomers outweighed the returners a season ago. Well, it's a completely different story this year. At the App State Mountaineers program, they returned 10 players this year, so it's unique that you're coming in with a lot of experience and, honestly, Bobby, a lot of confidence with how last season went for this Mountaineers program. This
is the 22nd all-time meeting between the two sides. The Niners lead the overall series 16-5. App did win the last meeting back in November of 2020. That was a 74-68 win in Boone, and this season for both squads is underway, and the Charlotte 49ers have the basketball with Jada McMillan, their 5th-year guard from Raleigh, North Carolina. Quickly feeds it inside, and the shot doesn't fall for Maya McGraw. Rebound for the Mountaineers. Bigot bringing it up for App State.
This is going to be an App State team that pushes the pace. They're smaller, athletic, a little more smaller and athletic compared to Charlotte. So they're going to drive into the paint, but they are also not afraid to shoot the three-point ball. As this is a team that Angel Elderkin wants in the nation, leading the nation from three-point land.
Carver driving inside, left-handed shot won't go. McMillan the rebound as the Niners push it up. Boykin driving inside off the glass. Doesn't go, but does get the foul call. And Michaela Boykin will head to the free throw line to try to get the first points of this game. Another 5th-year player for the Charlotte 49ers. A transfer from Duke, was here last year with Charlotte, averaged 13.2 points per game. And you look at Boykin, Molly, and Jada McMillan. Jada wasn't sure if she'd be back or not, decided to come back for another year for the Charlotte 49ers, and those two expected to kind of lead the way for Kara Consuegra's squad.
And it's major for this program as you do get some turnover. You do get players stepping into new roles, having to play more significant roles in playing time. So to have Michaela Boykin and Jada McMillan returning this season, it's major to have that experience and maturity. And those two know this program. They know this culture for the 49ers.
They're going to try to drive inside on Boykin, not there. Now a 3 from the wing, and it's good. Lauren Carter, transfer in from Morehead State, and her first shot with the Mountaineers drops.
And I mentioned Angel Elderkin said she wants this team to lead the nation in three-point shooting, and she talks about if we want to be a top team in the country in three-point shooting, then we've got to practice as if we are as well.
Boykin the miss, but Lawrence the rebound. Nice feed inside, and McGraw has the Niners' first bucket.
And already you feel the different attacks from both of these teams. You get different aggression from both of these teams.
Sanders driving inside will draw the foul on Boykin. Janae Sanders, redshirt senior from Charlotte. Now career at LaSalle's where it got started, but last year 3rd team All Sun Belt this year, given preseason 2nd team honors, and expect to be one of the, if not top scorers for the Mountaineers.
And this is a player who's got a lot of respect from head coach Angel Elderkin. She last year led the league in field goal percentage. She's on the leadership council for App State. She leads this team on the court. I think it's safe to say in the classroom as well for this Mountaineers team.
1 of 2 for Sanders. App State, the early 4-2 lead. Ball knocked out of bounds and went off the hands of McGraw, so it'll be App State basketball.
You'll see the energy from Angel Elderkin, and it permeates throughout the rest of the sidelines and the rest of this team. She's got non-negotiables for this program, and one of it is to be grateful, but also come out there and play and give it your all, and that's what these players do, because that's what you can tell she does as a coach with her energy. JC
Busick driving baseline, not there. Good defense by the Mountaineers. They'll force the turnover. 3-on-1 for App State. Shot doesn't go, but a foul called, and Sanders will head right back to the free throw line.
And you can expect that from App State, to push the pace and continue to press against this 49ers defense.
Coach Consuegra arguing that McMillan's hands were up. Another miss from Sanders, 1 of 3 at the stripe.
These two programs went back and forth just a few years ago when they met. A couple of years ago, I should say, in 2020, and you almost expect that same type of game here in Holton Arena tonight.
Deja Lauren's shot was impacted by Carter, and the Mountaineers quickly coming back the other way. Biggett will throw it back out top of the key. Now a 3 from the wing, and it's good by Emily Carver.
In a quick-paced team there, you see what the ball movement does for the Mountaineers, being able to execute, quickly pass the basketball, and find Carver, who as a freshman made 46 three-pointers.
Top on App State, second in the Sun Belt. Deja Lawrence answering back for Charlotte.
This is a player that showed right there exactly why Kara Consuegra and Charlotte should be excited about her. Following her role and impact last year, I think this is a player who could really energize and take over this program, almost in a way be a face for Charlotte.
Carter's 3, top of the key, doesn't go. Rebound to Michaela Boykin. Feeds it to Jada McMillan. McMillan driving in. Trying to dump the pass off, taken away by App State. Third turnover by Charlotte. Just 3.5 minutes into this game. Carver driving inside off the glass.
Defense leads to offense, and if you're Angel Elderkin, you love that. Is offensively, this was a high-scoring team, a three-point team last year, as we've talked about, but she wants this team to be more aggressive on defense, and you see what aggressive on defense means on the other end for the Mountaineers.
Each team getting to make their first substitutions. Boykin 3 from the wing. Rebound to App State. Carter into the hands of Sanders. Driving on McGraw. And the foul beyond the floor. As App State driving inside, picking up Charlotte's fouls.
And App State, I've mentioned how they're going to be a team, while they're smaller and more athletic, they can shoot the 3 ball. They're also focusing a large part offensively on attacking and being more athletic in that middle, in the paint.
Shea Harris checks into the game, and her first shot of the season, nothing but net for the freshman from Snellville, Georgia. Boykin quickly going inside, shot won't fall, but she'll head back to the free throw line. Missed her first 2 attempts in the first minute of the game. Mariah Frazier picking up the foul. Niners did make their first substitution as well. We get our first look in a Niner uniform of Kiana Rembert. Redshirt freshman from Raleigh, started her career at Illinois. And might have, I don't know if it's a little blood issue, something for Boykin on that play. Will get tended to quickly by the medical staff. Eric and Consuegra. Not an easy night, Molly, you would think, with the banner unveiling and everything surrounding that. They're giving away mini replica banners tonight for the fans in attendance here, and it's kind of getting through that emotion. And I'm sure for Coach Consuegra, and we talked with her last week, it was just, she hasn't focused on what happened last year, but it's just part of sports life. These things, they get honored, as they should, and it no doubt can't be the easiest thing in the world just 15 minutes before a game.
And yet you bring up last year and how this team now responds tonight, or even how this team responds in the offseason and in the fall. And Consuegra said they haven't been living in the past too much, but she did say it probably starts with herself. It is because she's not bringing up last year. She's not bringing up the recent past successes of this program and how it could play a role this year. So this is a coaching staff, and because of the coaching staff, a team that knows it's a clean slate, it's a fresh chapter, and you've got to come in knowing that just because you found success last year won't happen again this season.
Three for the Mountaineers doesn't fall. Boykin finally made a free throw after missing her first three, and she was 82% from the free throw line last year. Only missed 12 all season. So an uncharacteristic start for her. Deja Lawrence in the hands of Busick. They feed it inside. Rembert looking for her first bucket as a Niner, and she's got it.
And Kara Consuegra really excited about her. Now, high-energy players is what Kara Consuegra goes after. That's what this 49ers culture is about. And she is a high-energy type of player as a newcomer.
Shay Harris, 2 for 2 from the floor since she's entered the game. Mountaineers back up 6 halfway through this opening quarter. Deja Lawrence, free throw line jumper is good. Five points for Lawrence. Niners shooting 50% from the floor. App State right now at 56%. Harris trying to continue to ride the hot hand. Will get the foul call and an opportunity to head to the free throw line, and that will happen when we come back. 4:26 to go in the opening quarter. It's App State by 4. 14-10, App State lead here in the opening quarter. First game for both squads of this 2022-23 season. And right now you look at App State, Molly, 56% from the floor, including 2 of 4 from beyond the arc. This is a Charlotte team, always one of the better defensive teams in college basketball. And App State right now, a pretty good start.
And you do feel like App State right now is just a tick more efficient for the Mountaineers than what the 49ers have done here in this just over 5 minutes of play in this season opener. I think also when it comes to taking care of the basketball with how aggressive App State wants to play off.
Both free throws good by Harris. So she's got 6 points early on, and now an offensive foul on the 49ers. J.C. Busick picking up the foul.
And that, again, is just another opportunity for App State to take advantage of as they get the basketball back.
And the call will now go back the other way.
And J.C. Busick, I think, is going to be really important for the success of this team. As much as we've talked about Michaela Boykin and Jada McMillan, you know what you're going to get from those 49ers this season and how important and imperative it really was. It's significant for them to return. But for J.C. stepping into more of that playing time role, more of that significant role, and she's a player that has to step up, and I do think she can. I think she's improved defensively and in her shot-making ability.
Deja Lawrence shot didn't go, out of bounds off the 49ers, so App State basketball.
And Kara Consuegra has seemed extremely frustrated tonight this season opener with the officials.
And that foul on Charlotte, as you see, App State in the bonus. Coach Consuegra can't believe a foul was called on that play. Foul on Rembert.
Right before the timeout, she was giving the official an earful as well. And it's brutal then for Charlotte as you try to get into any kind of rhythm. and yet you feel like it's already an extra challenge because of the fouls called against you.
Sanders hitting the free throw. App State 5 of 7 at the line here early on in this game. And it'll be 1 out of 2. Ball in the hand of Alicia Wade. Getting her first minutes of the game. Now Deja Lawrence. J.C. Busick being guarded by Frazier. Now Frazier picks up Wade. Wade making some moves. Looked like a travel, and there it is. As the pivot foot did not stay. And a turnover.
And App State wants to clog that lane. They want to force Charlotte or really any of their opponents to have to shoot from the outside. And App State's going to try to deny the passing lanes and deny what their opponents can get in the middle.
Taylor Lewis. Off the glass, won't go in. Hard contact there on Boykin. Bigot gonna pick up the foul.
And Bigot knew immediately. Now, there is no disagreement from Angel Elderkin or Bigot on that call.
That is the 4th foul on the Mountaineers. So Charlotte will be in the bonus the rest of the way of this opening quarter. Boykin feeding it inside. Now they work it to Rembert. Corner 3, too strong. And another, I believe, foul called on Charlotte.
Great ball movement there from Charlotte. Rembert just can't get it to go, can't capitalize with an open 3 from the left wing. And then App State just out hustling after that basketball. Charlotte has to reach in to go after it.
Lewis at the line, senior from Columbia, South Carolina, hits the first one. Played 2 seasons at Middle Tennessee before coming to App State a year ago.
Middle Tennessee, a very good team in Conference USA.
Lewis went with that squad to the NCAA tournament a couple of years ago. J.C. Busick. Now in the hands of Deja Lawrence. And we'll get 3 seconds, I believe, on Charlotte.
And right now, it's just Charlotte making more of the mistakes. And you are trying to figure out, obviously, in the season opener, anybody's trying to figure out more of their identities, of their roles. As Kara Consuegra said, that her team has really improved in that sense in the offseason, but you're still not going to know in this first game. You're still figuring out the true identity to the style of this team. But it does come over to limiting the turnovers or the mistakes right now for Charlotte.
Great ball movement, but the shot by Bertinelli would not fall. That was Charlotte's, by the way, 6th turnover their last time down. App State with just 1. Boykin long 2. Rebound stays with Charlotte. Rembert inside.
And a big basket there as you talk about the turnovers and how Charlotte then is able to, on the other end, take advantage of an empty possession there for App State offensively.
Emily Carver in the hands of Bigot now as App State works the ball around.
Not a team that's going to have many empty possessions for App State.
Carver had to avoid her teammate Lewis. Now Lewis will fire the 3. Offensive rebound. And App State can reset the offense. 1:40 to go in this opening quarter. Mountaineers have led throughout. Another foul call, and Kara Consuegra is hot on that Charlotte side.
Yeah, it comes down to these players just getting set. We knew the style of play for App, how quick they were going to play, how much they were going to push the pace, and Charlotte's got to be prepared for that and how aggressive the Mountaineers are going to be.
The Charlotte team gave up under 60 points a game a year ago. Right now, the Mountaineers on pace for 80 if they don't score any more here in the first. Another substitution. Tracy Houston going to check into the game for a first time. Junior transfer from Pittsburgh. Played in 37 games for the Panthers over the past couple seasons.
And Houston, a bit of a setback in the offseason or summer because she did battle an injury.
Alicia Wade draws the foul, so she'll head to the line. Right now, free throws here in this first quarter. App State's gone to the line 12 times. They're 8 of 12. Charlotte, meanwhile, be shooting their 5th and 6th attempts. 1 of 4 in this first quarter. Wade last year averaged 1.7 points a game.
I think slowly but surely for Wade, you're going to see a player that gets more and more minutes as the season goes along at the guard position for Charlotte. And she'll continue to grow as a sophomore for the 49ers.
Carver working her way inside. Left-handed shot won't go. Offensive board keeps it for the Mountaineers. Bigot going inside. And a travel on App State. Just their second turnover of this quarter.
And the offensive rebounds and the free throws, I feel like really got to irk Kara Consuegra right now. And then even the amount of turnovers taking care of the basketball so far in this first quarter.
Each team's only made 5 shots. Difference right now is those free throws and turnovers. Alicia Wade trying to reset the offense here. Busick feeds it inside Lawrence. Turnaround shot won't go.
A great look, a great pass from J.C. Busick. Just Lawrence couldn't get it to finish, but I thought it was a great feed, and that's the type of ball movement you need for Charlotte.
Open 3, but a few steps taken before that shot by Lewis. So back-to-back turnovers by App.
Still a play you look at of how did she get so open, especially when you know with the Mountaineers, the damage they can do from beyond the arc. You know, Charlotte's going to stay patient on this. You're going to try to wait until you set up that play.
Wade going inside and blocked away. We're going to get a foul, though, on the block, I believe. Shea Harris. The foul was on Bertolina.
And Kara Consuegra calling Wade over now. He just drove to the basket to try to finish that layup. She instead, you see now, a foul called for Charlotte, as you mentioned.
Didn't see anything on the shot, personally, that Bertolina did, unless it happened right after that. But obviously shooting free throws here now is Deja Lawrence. So it was after the shot.
And Wade just getting done having that conversation with Kara Consuegra. It's what I go back to. A player in sophomore season with this program, she's going to get more minutes. You can expect her to develop as the season goes along, but with that development comes some coaching from Kara Consuegra.
The clock, I don't think, started right away, and then it ran a little bit after the referee stopped play.
And for App State, who came out playing so quickly, being so efficient, their last field goal was just under 5 minutes to play at the 4:58 mark. They've missed the last 4 shots.
So the referee's going to take a look here and try to get the exact time, as the Mountaineers will gear up for the final shot of this first quarter. As Molly just mentioned, impressive to have 20 points here in this quarter. When they don't make a shot here, you're going to be talking about the last 5 minutes of not making a field goal.
Says a lot about the success at the free throw line and the defense that they've put on here tonight against Charlotte in the first quarter.
Opening night for both of these squads. Charlotte will be back here on Friday night taking on Coppin State. That's also a 6 o'clock start here on ESPN+. For App State, another road game. They'll be at Eastern Kentucky on Friday. That game also at 7 before their home opener next Monday when they take on Lees-McRae at 6:30. Charlotte road game next week in the ACC as they'll head up I-85 to Raleigh and take on NC State.
You look at the programs under both of these coaches. Angel Elderkin almost at App State for nearly a decade, 9th season. Kara Consuegra in her 12th season. It speaks a lot to the success, to the culture that they've built within these programs to be with their respective teams as long as they have been, and to have found the success in their individual conferences the way that they've had.
Clock has been moved now to 7.3 seconds. And for Angel Elderkin, before last season, signing a 4-year contract extension with the Mountaineers. Last year finished 4th in the Sun Belt, best since joining the league in 2014. Sanders will feed it into the corner. 3, Harris won't go. And that will bring us to the end of the first quarter here in Halton Arena. A quarter, App State jumped on top early and led throughout. After 1 in Charlotte, it's App State 20, Charlotte 15. Ready for the second quarter here in Halton Arena. Bobby Rosinski alongside Molly Cotton. App State with a 20-15 lead. Both teams shot 36% from the floor in the first quarter, 5 of 14. App did make 2 threes compared to Charlotte's 1. And the difference, as we talked about, free throws. App 8 of 12 at the line, while Charlotte was 4 of 8. 3 here by Carver to start things. Won't go. Offensive rebound, but stepped out of bounds. So it'll be Charlotte basketball.
And App ending that first quarter with a 3 from the right wing, and you open here the second quarter with the same type of player, the same type of look, and I think that's a look Angel Elderkin likes this team to have. Now it's just about getting them to fall, and App State couldn't get much to fall in the final over 5 minutes of that first quarter.
Step back is good by Busick, as Charlotte has cut the lead to 3. Largest lead was 8 for App in the first.
First basket for J.C. Busick.
Carter back in her hand. She'll fire the 3, and it's good.
And too much space Carter had there to fire that 3. This is a player we've already mentioned with what she can do offensively, and she's shown it in this first over a quarter.
Boykin, floater in the lane, got it to go, Michaela Boykin.
And that's what's worked so well for Charlotte here these past 2 possessions. You find that open lane right in the middle of the lane, and they get it to go.
Harris using the glass. And she has 8 points, leading the way for App State. Busick almost threw it away. Wade able to save it for the Niners. Back in the hands of Busick. Step back 3. And it will go over to the Mountaineers.
And I think deflected a bit from Lauren Carter right at the top of that key. I don't mind that shot there from J.C. Busick and going for the 3. You saw what was working in the middle. App State trying to be a little bit more consistent and aggressive down the lane. Could open things up there for J.C. Busick at the 3.
Sanders flying inside for 2. She's up to 5 points, and the lead back up to a game-high tie at 8 points. Boykin long 2, won't go. Rebound stays with Charlotte. Deja Lawrence's shot wouldn't go. Mountaineers pushing the pace. Bigot driving baseline, throws it back out. Carver, 3. Lawrence the board for the 49ers.
Carver, not a player afraid to take threes, as she's done it tonight. We mentioned how she had 46 three-pointers, it's second best three-point shooter in the Sun Belt. So this is a player only looking to build more on that. And to make threes, you got to take them.
Nice move, Deja Lawrence. Lawrence now with 9 points. App with another three. And a timeout taken by Kara Consuegra, as the lead is 9 for the Mountaineers.
And that's an App State team that just comes down to outpacing Charlotte. There's Deja Lawrence as Charlotte tries to cut into that App State lead. She hits it off an elbow, and App State.
So?
The new iPhone 14 Pro. It's amazing.
Yep.
Coach Kara Consuegra talking things over with her team right now as App State has the largest lead of the game at 9 points. And we look at the Mountaineers, Molly, here in the second quarter, 4 of 6 from the floor, including 2 of 4 from beyond the arc.
And it should be a surprise here for the Mountaineers, what they've come out to do this game, despite a 5-minute scoring drought in the first quarter. You obviously want to see more consistency there, but this is a team they're going to play a lot more, a 5 out, open the post a little bit more, and you're going to see a lot of threes. That was a big part of the plan last year. They nearly doubled up their opponents last season from beyond the arc. And if you're Charlotte, I think you look to exploit the middle, as the 49ers now have 14 points in the paint. They ended the first quarter with 8 points in the paint, so they found a lot of success early on in this second quarter in the middle of that lane.
Deja Lawrence will head to the free throw line. Lawrence with 9 points so far. Lawrence game really took a step towards the end of last season. Average just 2.8 points per game, but you can expect that number to climb a lot this year, and she is the first Niner in double figures tonight, now with 10 points.
You look to her obviously playing more minutes, playing more consistently, scoring the basketball more, which she's already started to do here early on, and then making those stops on the other end.
First game of the year. Clock got to get in its right situation.
Yeah, now we'll try it again. Maybe.
See Coach Elderkin. She wasn't pleased with it, and I think she looks twice as her team was bringing the ball up the floor.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
It occurred.
One of the last stoppage we had when they were trying to figure out what the amount to put on the game clock in that. Towards the end of the first quarter, she said, why? Why did a second just come off?
Get a offensive foul on App State. Foul was on Shea Harris, her second. And they'll sub Harris out of the game. Jada McMillan, couple rebounds and an assist, has not taken a shot in this game so far. Deja Lawrence has. He's been making a few of them, but that one doesn't go.
Good box out there for App State, for them to come away with that rebound.
Sanders swings it in the corner. Carter three. It's good.
Quick release from Carter for her to nail it from 3.
Lauren Carter now with 12 points. All off made 3-pointers, 4 of 5 from beyond the arc. McMillan off the Rembart. Shot was short. And the Mountaineers pushing it here with their 11-point lead. Carter. They move it around. Sanders had the shot, didn't take it. Now Taylor Lewis. Sanders 3. Won't go. Carter skied for the rebound. Tried to throw it inside to Carver. And now Carver will pick up a foul.
And although App State did at one point come away with that offensive rebound, Charlotte deserves a lot of credit for continuing to fight in there until they got in controlled possession.
See Maya McGraw check back in the game for the Niners. As Rembert will check out. McGraw, sophomore from Gainesville, Florida. Played in 18 games last season, but someone Coach Consuegra looks at can add a presence in the post this year a little bit more. Tries right there, shot wouldn't fall. Rebound to Lewis. And now Carter has it. Carver thought about it. Gets it back to Carter.
Carver's going to think about it a lot from three-point land.
Lewis backing in Busick. Turnaround shot is good. Taylor Lewis.
And you got to throw up your hands there. You want more aggression defensively from J.C. Busick. App State was able to just push their way down to beneath the basket.
Loose ball. Busick able to pick it up. Needs help. Tried to jump it off to Jada McMillan. Instead, another turnover by the 49ers. Turnover number 7. It's the first of the second quarter. Sanders quickly the other way.
And what's so tough about App State is they play so fast, they play so aggressively. If you're Charlotte, you still want to play your game and play at your identity and pace.
Lawrence misses, follows her shot. That one won't go. Another rebound. Busick able to get it.
They force you into a lot of mistakes, App State that is, which is why Kara Consuegra is telling her team to slow it down now with 10 seconds on the shot clock.
Niners just won out of their last 9 from the floor, and that's the way to fix that. Nice feed inside by Jada McMillan. McGraw the bucket.
That's what happens when you slow it down a bit for Charlotte and don't allow App State to take control of the basketball and their pace.
Carver wide open. Not able to hit the shot. Busick the rebound. Niners quickly pushing it. Jada McMillan feeds it inside again. There's McGraw. Contact is made.
I think you keep pushing that. You keep feeding that to McGraw because of the size, the matchup that you have down low for Charlotte at the moment.
Foul was on the floor. Going to get a timeout taken here by App State. So far, you look at the Mountaineers and what they're accomplishing in this first half. Shooting 44%, more importantly, 5 of 13 from beyond the arc, and that's Lauren Carter. Carter 4 of 5 from the outside to face the Mountaineers in this game with 12 points. Deja Lawrence has 10 for Charlotte. And an important final 3 minutes here to see where the momentum will be going into the locker room. And Charlotte, last year, regular season and tournament Conference USA champions. This year, picked to finish 3rd in the Conference USA preseason poll. Middle Tennessee and Louisiana Tech picked to finish ahead of them. Charlotte will play on the road against both those teams back-to-back in late December. Deja Lawrence in some trouble. Runner in the lane. No, McGraw had the rebound. But we're going to get a foul on Maya McGraw.
And extremely frustrating for McGraw and Kara Consuegra. As you had that opportunity, you had the chance. And again, that matchup that McGraw has down low, they're just not able to take advantage.
That's her 3rd foul. So that will force Coach Consuegra to put her on the bench here in the final 3 minutes of this first half. App State working it around the perimeter. Sanders, double team. Carter, ooh, she was open in the corner, but the pass a little off target leads to a turnover.
A good defense, though, there for Charlotte, making sure you don't have anything to go if you're the Mountaineers in the lane. It is all about, though, taking care of that territory from three-point land, as we've seen a lot of open looks from the right wing.
6th turnover by App State.
And I was about to say, if you're Charlotte, you're pleased with how you've taken care of the basketball recently. But they exchanged turnovers.
Ball hit the official before it actually went out of bounds, but Charlotte able to get it. And Deja Lawrence able to draw the foul to head back to the free throw line.
And right now, you feel like you're getting it all from Deja Lawrence. You obviously want more from McMillan here for the 49ers, even from J.C. Busick. Because it does feel like Deja Lawrence, maybe you're just waiting for her to really take over things for the Charlotte 49ers offensively.
Lawrence 3 of 4 at the stripe so far. And you got Lawrence with 11 points. After that, you got to go down to Maya McGraw with 4. Deanna Rembert also 4 points. App State right now in a scoring drought of over 2 minutes and 45 seconds. Still, though, with a 9-point lead. Carver getting the pick from Carter. 10 to shoot. Carter at the free throw line. And showing she can do it down low as well, as App State up by 11.
And Kara Consuegra, a strong, passionate stomp to the hardwood as you thought, okay, this is going to be a good defensive stop for Charlotte. And right as the shot clock is about to expire, App State finishes at the basket.
Jaden McMillan, right-handed runner, won't go. Able to get the rebound, up and in. Give credit to Michaela Boykin, who was able to tip that ball back to McMillan.
And those two are the ones that you expect and want to take over here if you're Charlotte. We talked Deja Lawrence being able to lead this team offensively. Now I think you look to McMillan to get things going.
Sanders wide open 3. Offensive rebound for the Mountaineers. Sanders going inside and gets the finish. Sanders now with 7 points. And Charlotte close to turn the ball over there on the inbound. Shot clock is off. So the 49ers here will get the last crack at it in the second quarter. And right now, what has been an impressive first half of basketball from App State. Boykin pulls up. Shot won't go. Busick's got the rebound. And that shot doesn't go. And that will take us to the end of the first half here in Charlotte. App State has led throughout. And they lead going into the locker room by 11. Getting set for second half action in Charlotte. App State leading the Charlotte 49ers 39-28. First game of the year for both these squads. For the Niners, it was a banner unveiling prior to the game last year as they won Conference USA in the regular season, but then won the Conference USA tournament, which punched their ticket to the NCAA tournament, where they're in the Bridgeport Regionals. That banner now hanging here in the rafters at Holton Arena. But for Coach Consuegra, that's last year for her. This first half, I got to imagine, Miles, we talked about how good things App's locker room had to feel. Not quite the same for the 49ers.
Yeah, you know Kara Consuegra is going to get this team fired up and more motivated to come out here in the second half. Not that they weren't motivated in the first half, but you saw App State control throughout, whether it was controlling the pace and just playing their style of basketball. You feel that that really took Charlotte off of their game a bit and doing what they wanted to do and setting things up offensively with any type of game plan. This is a Charlotte team that has been known for its defense, and you have a huge test tonight here in this second half against an App State team who's very good offensively and has a nice lead here entering this second half of action.
Charlotte 49ers shot 32% from the floor in that first half, 10 of 31. Took just 4 threes, 1 of 4 from the outside. Free throws actually evened up. App State if my math is correct, didn't even attempt a free throw in the second quarter, as they were 8 of 12 from the line in that first quarter. Charlotte ended up 7 of 12 from the line. Each team has a player with 3 fouls. Big hit for App State, and it's McGraw with 3 fouls for Charlotte. And that's the interesting one, Molly, because only 7 minutes of action. When she came back in after her 2 fouls, we saw the Niners go right to her a few different times. Got an easy bucket one time, but then picked up the 3rd foul and had to sit out the final 3 minutes.
Yeah, you felt like those were the possessions. Charlotte was getting more momentum. They were getting more rhythm offensively. And whether it was McGraw down low or even Charlotte being able to find some success in their mid-range jumpers right there in the middle of the court in that paint, Charlotte's got to continue to expose that for App State and make that work for them offensively. And you look at a player like Jada McMillan, that should be her bread and butter there in that mid-range jumper, and you look for her to come out with a lot of energy and lead this team in a way offensively outside of just Deja Lawrence, what we got from her in the first half.
Deja Lawrence will inbound the basketball. We're ready for the 3rd quarter here in Halton Arena. App State with the 11-point lead. Michaela Boykin being guarded by Frazier, now in the hands of Jada McMillan. Gets the nice feed inside. Busick had the shot, won't go. Second opportunity does.
And great look there by J.C. Busick. This is a player, she's got to make really good shot selections to help this team offensively. We talked about her significance and her role this season, and already you see a couple of major impactful plays from her to open up the second half.
App State extended a little pressure here on McMillan. As you see Busick with the follow-up opportunity. Boykin open 3. McGraw gets the offensive rebound, feeds it back to Boykin, and a foul on App State. So right now the hustle play is going to Charlotte here in the first 35 seconds.
And as we talked about McGraw, you want to play as clean as you can, because clean basketball as you can, because you do feel like you have a really good matchup. She's able to stay and be on the court for the 49ers.
Jada McMillan trying to drive past Carver. And McMillan had the move but could not finish the shot.
And as much as we talk about Charlotte improving from that first half, if you're App State, it's about consistency.
Foul on Charlotte.
You had a really good first half. Now you want to pick up where you left off. First 20 minutes of action. Continue that success here in this final half.
Busick, her 2nd foul. Taylor Lewis at the stripe. First shot doesn't go. Lewis 1 of 3 from the free throw line now. Boykin driving inside, lost control of the ball, and that's going to be a turnover for the 49ers, their 9th of the game.
And you liked what Charlotte was attempting to do there, at least around the pick set by McGraw, showing the advantage that the 49ers can have with her out there. And just another mistake. And it's just about cleaning up those small details for Charlotte.
Sanders fighting her way inside and one. Janae Sanders.
She averaged 12.5 points per game last year, 54 assists, 23 steals. This is a player who can do a lot. She means a lot for the identity of this team.
Sanders 3 out of 6 at the line in the first half. And the lead up to 13. Matches the largest lead the Mountaineers have had in this game, led 35-22 back in the second quarter. Deja Lawrence at the free throw line, little runner right hand. Maya McGraw able to catch it. 10 to shoot. McGraw will set the screen for McMillan.
After being aggressively told to do so by Kara Consuegra.
Turnaround Lawrence won't fall. Rebound to the Mountaineers.
You saw McGraw there almost try to go around the head there of App State, and then immediately backed off knowing the foul she has.
Lauren Carter, the hot hand from beyond the arc in the first half. The bounce pass to Frazier. The shot won't go, but Lewis able to get the rebound and reset the offense for the Mountaineers.
You can't have that if you're Charlotte, knowing the size matchup you have there.
Sanders trying to work in on Busick. Able to get up and under. Shot won't go. Offensive rebound. Back to Sanders, and that one does go.
When you give a team like App State 3 different opportunities on one possession, you know that they're going to get it.
Quickly the other way. Lawrence will score. That ends a drought of over 2 minutes for the Niners.
It's almost at times strange to see App State slowing it down because they push the court so much.
Lewis, turnaround jumper is good. Taylor Lewis now with 6 points. Boykin feeds it in the corner. Busick, 3. It's good.
You actually saw right before that 3, Angel Elderkin telling her team, get back quickly, and J.C. Busick makes them pay.
It's the second 3 of the game for the Niners. Busick was 7 points. Sanders working on Busick, turnaround shot, foul on the play. Third foul on Busick. As you take a look, App State really working those spin moves down low.
It's not one of those plays where you got to argue with the official there on that foul, knowing that that is a foul for Charlotte.
Busick will check out. Kiana Rembert back in the game, the redshirt freshman transfer from Illinois. Sanders hitting the first free throw. One out of 2 at the line. Boykin driving left hand, gets it to go.
I feel like Boykin being lucky finishing that with that one-handed. And now Wade being told to, hey, back up. Don't let him drive to the basket like that.
That's what happens. I think it's first field goal attempt of the game. Now the inbound pass. Wade didn't see it all the way in. Able to get it back. And now it's in the hands of Jada McMillan.
Well done for Wade and Charlotte being able to regain control of that basketball after giving up that basket to App State.
Foul on the Mountaineers. Bigot, and I believe that's number 4. So after she made the nice drive to the hoop, she's quickly going to have to sub right back out of this game, as her time has been limited with foul trouble of late.
We've had other players step up for App State offensively, and that's what feels the difference between App State and Charlotte, is the 49ers really waiting for that offensive spark.
Ball will stay with Charlotte. A little hot potato there for about 5 seconds.
Great hustle play there for Jada McMillan, and that's what she can do. That's what she can bring this team night in and night out.
Boykin fell down, expecting contact from the defender, which had stepped away. Nice defense coming back by Wade. Able to knock the ball out of bounds away from Carver.
You know, that was a huge statement by Wade on that.
And they're going to say off of Carver in Charlotte basketball.
You love
that is the correct call. Tremendous hustle by Wade.
I mean, what looked like was going to be another easy basket for App State, Wade hustles and sprints down to the other end to have that impact.
McMillan able to get it down low. McGraw couldn't finish. Had the look. Now App State pushes it. Sanders. Foul by McMillan. And Sanders making a living here at the free throw line. We'll get an opportunity when we come back.
So?
The new iPhone 14 Pro. It's amazing.
Yep, the camera's incredible.
4:44 to go in this third quarter. App State on top 50-37. Janae Sanders getting ready to head back to the free throw line. App won the first quarter 20-15, second quarter 19-13. Currently winning this third quarter 11-9. Sanders with 13 points, 5 of 9 at the free throw line. This is a series that's been controlled by Charlotte. This is the 22nd meeting. Charlotte leads it overall 16-5. Last meeting, though, a couple years ago up in Boone, and it was the Mountaineers victorious that night by a score of 74-68.
And it's those types of nights and these non-conference matchups that you love for college football or college athletics, being able to compete against a program of both of these calibers. Honestly, just 2 hours away means so much for this area and for this sport.
Nice drive by Boykin to get Charlotte right back in the score column. Harris, three, top of the key, nothing but net for Shea Harris.
And Boykin there, if you're Boykin, you have a basket at one end, then you got to close defensively at the top of the key. And just when you feel like maybe Charlotte gets a little momentum, they cut into the lead a bit more. When you have so many offensive weapons the way App State does, it makes it difficult once you have that lead.
Wade trying to answer back, shot doesn't fall, rebound by Sanders. Shea Harris in her first collegiate game, the true freshman having a big night. And there she gets the offensive rebound.
It's the newcomers, Bobby, we talked about. This is a team that you get a little bit more experienced from last year, but it's newcomers having an impact tonight.
And there's a foul on the 49ers. Harris again from Snellville, Georgia. Averaged 20 points per game in high school. As that foul on Boykin, her second.
And I think the mix that you have here for App State speaks a lot to Angel Elderkin as a coach. We know the transfer portal and what college athletics, the landscape looks like nowadays with all of the players coming in and out. But for this team to feel like, at least in this first game, to find that right balance of the experience of the newcomers and then those players fitting in so seamlessly, at least in the season opener tonight against Charlotte.
Both free throws good by Carver, and this has pushed this to the largest lead of the game at 17 points for the Mountaineers here as we get late third quarter.
If you're Charlotte, you're trying to eat into this deficit that you have. Just 2 of 7 from beyond the arc, and obviously drastically different than what App State's been able to do.
Almost a turnover again. That was Shea Harris that knocked that ball away from McGraw. Eventually, App, when they landed on it, was on the baseline, so it stays with Coach Consuegra. Jada McMillan working inside, and there's an and one for Jada McMillan, and we'll see if that's the spark the Niners need.
And that's the player who you're going to rely on for the spark, as we've talked about. This is a high-energy kind of team for Charlotte. They have players like a Jada McMillan that you see here, able to take plays over, to make plays happen. And when you take plays over, it transfers into just taking over a game. And Jada McMillan has that ability for the Charlotte 49ers.
First free throw attempts of the night for McMillan. And she's able to capitalize on the and one.
And as much as you want that spark and need that spark from the floor general, that is Jada McMillan, you also just want more consistency in general from the Charlotte 49ers team.
Sanders goes inside. Asia Lawrence able to get the rebound. Lawrence looking for help, gets in the hands of Boykin. Three. Nice rebound by Frazier, able to box out McGraw.
And I do feel like McGraw's playing hesitant now.
And Lauren Carter, her 5th three of the night.
The hot hand for App State, you just let her go. At this point, if you're Angel Elderkin, you let the players a little bit loose here. Not really in the season opener, but you at least enjoy what you're getting out of this team.
A bad debut here for Carter. Transfer from Morehead State. Jada McMillan driving in again, will score.
And now it comes down to defensive stops for Charlotte. With as good as they are defensively, they're having more success offensively, but you got to get stops on the other end.
Foul on the Niners. Last year, Charlotte gave up 59 points a game. And here you are at 59 points, and you can't leave Lauren Carter wide open in the corner.
And that's been the shot that App State has had all night, Bobby. Whether they're making it or not, I think it's been good shot selection from Angel Elderkin's team.
19 made field goals, 8 assists on those 19 shots. Free throw didn't fall. App State last year shot just 63% from the line. And before that free throw, they were 64% tonight. Asia Lawrence, 2 the other way. Shea Harris.
And that's just way too easy for Harris. As Deja Lawrence, McMillan starting to get things going offensively a bit, and it goes back to exactly what I just said. Defensively, you've got to make stops and at least make it a challenge for App State.
Remember, it goes inside for 2.
The C's open there for Rember.
Up to 6 points. You look for App State on the floor right now. Lauren Carter with 17. You got Shea Harris with 14. Give Lauren Carter 20 points. And now 6 threes.
And I'm not entirely sure if she even had a hand in her face there, considering the night of the success that she's had tonight.
Carter with 20. Harris and Sanders both on the court with 14. Busick will fire a 3. Rember gets the offensive rebound. Back out Busick. And now a travel on J.C. Busick with just 30.4 to go in this third quarter. And App can pretty much hold here for the final shot. Just 0.4 second differential. You see App State in this game, 8 of 18 from beyond the arc, 3 of 4 here in this quarter. And Lauren Carter with an impressive debut, to say the least, as the transfer in. And then you got Shea Harris with 14 points as the true freshman. Harris has the basketball as we work under 10 seconds. Harris swings it over. Carver driving in. Runner gets it to go off the glass. Boykin will have to let it fly. And that brings us to the end of the third. And the lead has extended for App State as we head to the fourth. Thanks to Lauren Carter. App State up by 19. Ready for the start of the fourth quarter in Charlotte. As you get a look at Emily Carver driving in for 2. App State shot 9 of 14 from the floor in that third quarter, putting up 28 points. Charlotte had their best offensive quarter with 20, but their worst differential at -8. Carver again inside with the left hand.
And it's weird when you're talking about a Charlotte 49ers team to give up this amount of points, to have allowed that type of third quarter, even against a prolific and really proficient or efficient offense in App State.
Defeated inside, and McGraw was knocked away by App State. 8 seconds to shoot. Lawrence going inside. Gets it off the glass and in. Deja Lawrence up to 18 points.
And a great finish there for Deja Lawrence. We see App State now 4 players in double figures. And Charlotte trying to get that going for themselves as well.
Rare miss from Harris. Now Lawrence will draw the foul. I believe they're going to say in the act of shooting here. This was the drive before where Lawrence able to get inside. Deja Lawrence 18 points. 6 of 16 from the floor.
5 of 6 from the free throw line. So when we talk the 49ers, who they're at the free throw line shooting 61.5%. Deja Lawrence really good from the charity stripe tonight as well.
Her career high was 20 points against Southern Miss. That was right there at the end of last year, back on March 5th. And she's a point away from tying that, and she does.
And you love to see that for Deja Lawrence. This is a player who Kara Consuegra is really excited about. You talk about her success towards the end of last season in March. She was a vital role into the 49ers championship run. So to see her pick up tonight where she left off, it is really good to see.
And one for Sanders, back the other way.
Especially for Deja Lawrence, considering she did deal with an injury here before the season. So she has worked her way back to get where she needed to be for this team.
Twelfth free throw attempt of the night for Sanders. Now 7 of 12 at the line. Charlotte not a team that fires up three-pointers, but down by 20. They might have to start being in the game. They'll go inside again and blocked away by Carter.
I want to see more aggression there from Charlotte.
Mountaineers now slow things up with Sanders running the offense. Now back in the hands of the freshman Harris. Harris trying to drive past McMillan. McMillan getting the board. McMillan, and that will be her easiest 2 points of the night.
If only you could get more of that if you're Charlotte. Because App State has not made anything look that easy against Charlotte tonight.
McMillan now up to 9 points. Sanders picks it out. Carver, 3. Long rebound, and the Niners will get it. They got numbers going the other way. Deja Lawrence. Career high for Deja. She's now up to 22.
And for Charlotte, you need more of those quick transition points as you trail late into this game. It's going to require a lot of defensive effort, force some turnovers, and get it going on the other end.
And there's a turnover by the freshman Harris and a timeout taken by App State. 7:15 to go here in the fourth quarter. Niners trying to make a little run, thanks in part to a career night from Deja Lawrence. 7:15 to go here in the fourth quarter. Charlotte 3 of 4 from the floor here in this fourth. Have an 8-5 advantage on App State as they try to make this game interesting down the stretch. Largest lead 21 for the Mountaineers earlier this quarter at 69 to 48.
And we knew this season was going to be different for Charlotte in the fact that you're finding a different identity for this program after having so many experienced players within this culture, within this program, leading you to a Conference USA championship. So in this first game, I think it's as expected to see some players maybe not stepping up the way you wanted them to, or having to work on some things because it's the first night of college football basketball.
There's Boykin with a finish inside. Boykin out there with 4 fouls. Biggett with 4 for App State back in the game. Carver, a little spin move. Left-hand shot won't go. Here's Boykin. Charlotte pushing it the other way. Boykin can't get the finish.
And Boykin, because of the fouls, it's been hard for her to have a presence, whether offensively or defensively.
Biggett 3 open, won't go. Busick the rebound.
Even last year, she led this team in steals with 53. She was second on the team in scoring.
Deja Lawrence, it's good! And the Niners have taken what was a 21-point lead earlier this quarter down to 11, and Halton Arena getting a little louder. Frazier, Carter, a rare miss for Lauren Carter from the outside. She's 6 of 8. Boykin pushing it for the Mountaineers. Jada McMillan. And an offensive foul going to be called on Rembert. Down low, going to say a little elbow swing. As you see, Deja Lawrence hitting her second 3 of the game. Niners had a chance to get within single digits here as they're on a 9-0 run over the last 2.5 minutes.
And if you're Charlotte, your mentality on this possession, and honestly every possession, is one stop. One stop or even one shot on the other end.
And there's a stop and a foul going to be on Sanders. Her third.
Sanders is getting aggressive, trying to go after her own missed basket.
5 minutes to go here in Charlotte, and an offensive foul, back-to-back possessions. Charlotte called for an offensive foul.
An extremely disappointing and frustrated Kara Consuegra.
Timeout in Charlotte by 11. The Charlotte 49ers on a 9-0 run. And there you get a look at the offensive foul that had Kara Consuegra just a little upset with the officials.
Heated, to say the very least, for Kara Consuegra. And I think this comeback, if you will, for Charlotte 49ers, which is not complete here yet, but the fact that they have fought shows a lot about this team. And Kara Consuegra, who we talked to last week, preached patience, and that's what this team is really preaching, and staying the course, believing in this process. And I think that's what's benefited Charlotte tonight, being able to fight back, cut into this lead.
3 seconds against App State. So another turnover for the Mountaineers. That's their 11th. App State has gone over 4 minutes without a point. Rembert going inside, left-hand finish.
A lot of success there for App State, or for Charlotte. First of all, I love the finish there from Rembert, seeing her aggression, seeing her strength to finish at the basket. But that's now 42 points the Charlotte 49ers have in the paint.
Frazier, too strong on the 3. Rebound, Deja Lawrence. Lawrence, free throw line jumper. Doesn't fall. They get the rebound for the Mountaineers.
You know, Bobby, you said in the third quarter that this game was going to be about App State fighting back, or Charlotte fighting back, and App State playing with consistency. And if you're Angel Elderkin, you want to and need to see this team finish with more consistency and finish this game with the win after having that lead.
Lauren Carter. Tough shot, got it to go. Big bucket by Lauren Carter, who now has 22 points. And the lead back in double figures. Michaela Boykin. Inside, off the glass and in. And a timeout taken by Kara Consuegra. 9-point lead for App State.
And again, that's where you feel like Charlotte has found its success in the paint, driving to the basket. 44 points now in the paint compared to App State's 26. Now we know where App State has succeeded tonight, and that's beyond the arc. But for Charlotte, it's sticking to the identity and slowly but surely chipping away. And that right there from Boykin, who we've been waiting for to step up tonight. Fouls and maybe kept her out of that, knowing that she's a player who can lead this team, who can be a leader both mentally and physically. She shows up in a big way there.
And Charlotte is stuck to how they run their offense here, and that's trying to get inside, and they've done it with great success in this fourth quarter. They've made 6 out of their last 8 shots. Mountaineers just 1 out of their last 8. And the full court press here from the Niners. And Busick almost able to take it away. Now App has it. And they'll pull it back out here and set the offense. Bigot going on to Rembert. Now out to Carter. 5 to shoot. Bigot lost control of the ball. It's a takeaway by the Niners. 2-on-2 the other way. Boykin. And a kick ball will keep it with Charlotte.
In App State, changed their game a little bit, you feel like. While Charlotte has stuck to their identity for the Mountaineers, they haven't been able to get anything going offensively. And it's a kind of a tale of two halves here, where I talked about for Charlotte, App State taking them off their game a little bit, playing with a faster pace. Charlotte is now taking control back.
Jada McMillan inside. And the Niners within 7.
This is what we should have expected, Bobby, with these two programs.
Sanders blocked away by Lawrence. Lawrence inside Rembert. And 1.
And Holton Arena is electric on this season opening night.
Rembert to the line, her first free throw. The redshirt freshman transfer from Illinois. From Raleigh, North Carolina. A chance to make it a 4-point game. She does. What a comeback we are seeing from the Niners. Down 21 here in the fourth. It's a 4-point game. Frazier. Off to Harris. Carver, 3. Offensive rebound, Sanders.
And you better slow it down if you're App State.
Sanders wanting to work on Rembert here. App wants a call. They won't get it. Shot doesn't go. Lawrence almost taken away. The hustle continuing. And it will stay with the Niners. Wanted to say they're calling kick ball. It looked like it was going to go the other way to App State, but they are going to say kick ball.
Angel Elderkin wants an explanation there.
saw a kick there.
And I don't think Angel Elderkin saw it either. She wants more explanation.
Maybe another look, you could see it. There's going to be no replay review. App State with a 4-point lead. Last time we had a 2-point game. You got to go back to 8:22 to go in the first quarter. Jada McMillan draws contact and she'll head to the line.
And all night, Bobby, we've talked about these individual players stepping up. You've seen it from Deja Lawrence, a big three from beyond the arc that got Charlotte back within 11. It's McMillan, it's Boykin. It's those players that we thought would show up here in this game, in the season opener. And Charlotte's defense have stifled and slowed down App State, and they've been able to find more of an identity on offense tonight.
Jada McMillan heading to the line. She's 1 for 1 tonight at the stripe. And it is a one-possession basketball game. Bigot bringing it up for the Mountaineers.
You know, in a season opener, you know you don't win a championship today, but it is these types of moments for either of these two teams where being able to finish will set a big tone for the upcoming games.
Sanders working inside on Lawrence. Defense is there. Foul going to be called. It is on the floor. It'll be just the 4th foul. Take a look here. And there is contact in there from Jada. Right call.
Yeah, well,
by the officials.
Fans didn't agree with it. I think even Kara Consuegra, who has not been in agreement often tonight, even gave a head nod in understanding.
Now, they called that foul on Boykin. That was Jada McMillan. And I think they called it on Boykin, and the referees are going to take a look. But on that replay, it looked like it was Jada McMillan. And for Jada, it would be her 4th foul. But at this point, you'll take the 4 on Jada to have Boykin still in the game.
Yeah, I think we even got an okay thank you from Kara Consuegra as they're reviewing. Okay, we're going to bring our team over. She did reiterate that Boykin not near the play.
Boykin ended up with the basketball.
That's exactly what Kara Consuegra said. She wasn't even near the play. So should be an easy and quick review as it was.
Each team will shoot free throws the rest of the way on fouls. Sanders with the basketball. She's got 17 tonight. You got Boykin, McMillan, Busick all out there with 4 fouls.
Shot clock running down for App State.
Bigot at the free throw line. Out to Carter. She doesn't see the shot clock. Neither does Harris. And they didn't get it off.
And that was a breakdown for App State, to say the least, with a minute left in this game. You know how close it is, and they didn't realize they had hit the shot clock. As soon as Carter got it into her hands, I thought she was throwing it up.
Give credit to the crowd here at Halton Arena. Nice crowd on opening night for the Niners. The banner unveiling, and they're making a lot of noise as we are in our final minute of play. App State by 2. Charlotte's never led. Boykin driving in, blocked away. Lawrence shoots it up. There's a foul on Boykin's shot.
But with Lawrence, that heads-up play, I don't even know if I heard the whistle.
I did hear the whistle. As this crowd, again, they've gotten loud, rightfully so. And now Boykin will head to the line. Talked about the foul trouble for Charlotte. 3 players with 4 fouls. Harris, the lone one out there right now for App with 4. Biggin has 4 fouls. She has gone to the bench. And the Charlotte 49ers have an opportunity to tie this game. Free throw doesn't go. Offensive rebound, Busick. They'll set up the offense. Jada McMillan, guarded by Frazier. McMillan getting by, down the hoop, foul! And Jada will head to the line for 2.
A great job by Charlotte. You come back for this game. Now you've got McMillan with the basketball in her hands, taking that shot, which matters so much for this game. And now she'll be headed to the free throw line. She's the player you want with the basketball in her hand with this game on the line. And now with a shot to give the Charlotte 49ers a lead.
We are tied. Jada McMillan now with 14 points. 12 coming in the second half. App State with the rebound, and now they can hold for the final shot. Timeout, Mountaineers. They have 1 timeout left.
All night long, we've talked about this App State offense. And then we know how good this Charlotte 49ers defense is.
22-2 run by the Niners. App State led this game 72-52.
And Bobby, we were talking, it felt like, where did that come from? The comeback there for Charlotte, but it was, again, slowly but surely chipping away, realizing what was working for the 49ers, driving inside, finishing at the basket, and then on the other end, making those defensive stops, which the Charlotte 49ers is known so well for.
So for App State here, we got a few options to go with. Out of the 5 players on the floor, they have to make a substitution. Biggin will check back into the game. So you got Carter with 22. Sanders has 17. Harris with 14. Carver has 11. It's in the hand of Sanders. Any foul, there'll be free throws. The redshirt senior, Janae Sanders, who is from Charlotte, has the basketball for the Mountaineers. Under 10 to go, and App State will use their final timeout.
It's 7 seconds left. It's 7 seconds of execution for all of these individual players and for these teams here in this final stretch.
So the question will be, who does Angel Elderkin draw up the potential game-winning shot? If it's outside, Molly, you think it would be Lauren Carter. If it's inside, you might be thinking Sanders in the strong second half she's had.
I think those are the 2 names that you go to here, and it's hard to imagine it wouldn't be Carter. Now, we saw whether it was a miscommunication, a breakdown between App State with Carter, the basketball in her hands with 2 seconds to go on the shot clock. She then found Harris, who also didn't really even realize the shot clock was winding down. It was a shot clock violation. So clearly this team knows what's at stake. They know the time on this clock, but you wonder if it's going to be Carter that can get her redemption shot and a game winner.
If only every game this year can live up to the drama that we've had here on opening night for Charlotte and App State.
I mean, these 2 coaches, you love it. This entertainment, this product that you've gotten.
The inbound goes off the hands of Carver and out of bounds. And now Charlotte takes a timeout.
And now if you're App State, you have a brand new mentality. First of all, it's shaking off that play, which cannot happen. But now it's one stop. That's it. Take a breath. Know the fundamentals. Know what you are defensively as a basketball team and get that stop.
You take a look and just a tough break there for Carver getting the inbound. You know she feels terrible. You see the coaching staff going right to her, knowing you got another possession to go. Charlotte still with one timeout. You see the possession arrow as well with Charlotte. So if there's any jump ball, the 49ers down 21 here in this fourth quarter. They're on a 22-2 run. And now look for their first lead of the game as the clock expires. Here's Jada McMillan. Jada for the win. Overtime we go. Off the rim. Might have had some backboard as well.
Karen Consuegra grabbing her head almost in disbelief that shot didn't fall.
We head to overtime here in Charlotte. Overtime in Halton Arena. And Molly, we've done a few games here. I feel like overtime's a common name in those.
That it is, Bobby, but I think you would take this for a season opener in this type of environment for App State and Charlotte here at Halton Arena. And for both of these programs, both of these coaches, it's a season opener, right? You don't put the whole season on this line, but these programs so well respected, so much success under Kara Consuegra coming off a Conference USA championship, and obviously so much success for App State under Angel Elderkin in her 9th season now this year for App State. So if this is the way this season is going to go for Charlotte and App State fans, better get ready, because these are two very good, exciting teams here this season. You can already tell they're going to find a lot of success.
Charlotte outscored App State 26-7. In that fourth quarter, App State seeing Michaela Boykin go inside for the Niners. She can't finish. So here come the Mountaineers with Sanders, and we'll see how that timeout worked to catch their breath for App State and OT. Carter going inside off the glass. Rebound, Jada McMillan. Jada, shot doesn't go, gets her own rebound. Back out Lawrence, 3. Harris the rebound for App State.
And for both of these teams, for both of them, obviously it's about finishing, but for App State, it's about shrugging off what happened in regulation and getting over those mental errors and those mental mistakes.
Sanders backing in on Rembert. Doesn't get the shot to go. Boykin, McMillan, Busick all out there still with 4 fouls for the Niners. Deja Lawrence, career high 25 points. And she'll get a chance to add to that at the free throw line.
And again, this is a player that's taken over. McMillan taken over as we expected for Charlotte. Couldn't finish it with a game winner at the end. But you feel like she's just going to continue to get opportunities in this final 3.5 minutes or so. But, Bobby, who knows if we're just for one overtime right now.
I believe we did a 4 overtime game a year ago. Those free throws give Charlotte their first lead of this game. Carver working in, draws the foul on McMillan, and that will end the night for Jada McMillan.
And now you go to the depth of this team, knowing what we've talked about this entire game of players having to step in to different roles. You will see that again here in the season opener in overtime.
Jada McMillan, 14 points, 9 rebounds in 34 minutes of action.
Knowing that Wade's going to come in, a player we've talked about is going to get more minutes as the season goes along, but now she has a big moment and big test and challenge ahead of her. This is a player who I still liked what I saw in the minutes that she's played here for Charlotte. I go back to a huge impact play where she sprinted across the court, had a huge defensive stop for the Charlotte 49ers.
Emily Carver at the line. Comley sinks the first. Carver 3 for 3 at the stripe. And she hits them both, and we are tied again here in Halton Arena. That's 76 all. Boykin quickly going inside, and it's blocked. Nice defense by Frazier.
And Frazier, a player that's meant a lot for App State. She saw significant minutes last year. She's helped on defense, and you see there big defensive play from Frazier.
Boykin, spin move inside, won't go. Got her own rebound. Ball then off of Sanders. So it stays with the Niners. Boykin doesn't get the shot to go, and it will stay again with the 49ers.
And that's a play there from Wade, as I talk about her maybe making those plays that aren't showing up on the stat sheet when she had a defensive stop in earlier, and now she just gets it. That gives another chance to the Charlotte 49ers here.
Busick, 10 to shoot, back in the hands of Boykin. Boykin for 3. It's good! Michaela Boykin! And the Niners lead by 3. And a turnover. Alicia Wade has the basketball in the hands of Boykin. Boykin with 15 points. That was her first three-pointer of the game. She'll fire for 2 this time, in and out. There's a foul on the floor, I believe, against App State.
It's going to be against Janae Sanders, I believe.
Sanders 4th. So free throws for Rembert. She's 1-of-1 at the stripe tonight. Make that 1-of-2. You take a look here at the foul on Sanders.
You know, falls right in to Rembert there.
Rembert misses them both. It stays a one-possession game. Sanders. Ball just hit the baseline. Stays with App State.
Great defense there by Busick, though, not letting Sanders get anything easy at the basket.
Interception on the inbounds by Boykin. Up to Lawrence. It's a 5-point lead for the Niners. 3 Harris. And that's going to be a foul on Alicia Wade, as she came in over the back of Frazier.
I think you're working on inbounds passes for App State no matter how this game finishes. As you go back to those final seconds, App State with a turnover when they had a chance with 7 seconds to play in regulation, and then the problem there.
So Frazier, that's her first point of the game. Coming here with 1:35 to go. And she hits her first, and she hit the second. What clutch free throws from Mariah Frazier.
She's not going to be a player that gives you a whole lot of offensively, obviously, as you say there, Bobby. But defensively, she makes an impact.
Boykin didn't get the shot to go. Rebound stays with the Niners. It's back in the hands of Boykin.
Didn't hit the rim, so shot clock now nearing 10 seconds.
Boykin, left hand, foul on Harris. And if that's Harris, that will be number 5. Shay Harris, the freshman, stepping in an impressive, I believe Sanders they called the foul on. Even though Harris looked to be the one that was there. Now, either way, it would lead to a player no longer being in this game. Sanders had some questions about it. So some substitution for the Mountaineers, and now Boykin will head to the free throw line, where she's just 2 of 6. Again, was a tremendous free throw shooter last year. And she gets the roll here in overtime.
Almost shaking her head in relief that made a trip around the rim.
She took 69 free throws last year, made 57 of them. Tonight it hadn't been easy, but she makes 2 big ones here in overtime.
And for Charlotte, it's playing smart basketball here in this final minute.
Biggett driving inside, left hand, and one! What a finish!
Just as you talk about playing smart basketball, Makara Consuegra turning around in frustration. Now the potential of a 3-point play for App State. And Biggett just beating Rimbert there, the drive to the rim.
Brooke Biggett now 6 points. She's 2 for 2 at the stripe in this game, and a chance to make it a 2-point game. And she's got it to go.
I think you put the ball in Lauren's hands and let her drive to the basket on this possession.
Timeout by Charlotte. Charlotte had 2 timeouts here heading into overtime. App with 1, as Charlotte still had 1 at the end of regulation. What a night we've had here in Halton Arena. A game App State never trailed until overtime. Led by 21 in the 4th quarter. With 9:48 to go in the 4th, it was 69-48.
Knowing this is game 1, Bobby, for both of these teams, how much more these teams can improve with each game. And when it comes to conference play, whether that's in the Sun Belt, whether that's in Conference USA, it's these non-conference matchups that's preparing this team for when it matters, for March, for both of these teams. And I think you have to be excited knowing the development and the improvement that you can expect from both of these sides as the season goes along.
Each team with 1 player fouled out. Janae Sanders out for App State. Brooke Biggett, who just got that 3-point play, she's got 4 fouls. Shay Harris has 4 fouls. For the Charlotte 49ers, Jada McMillan out of this game with 5. Michaela Boykin, J.C. Busick, each with 4 fouls. And they've been playing with 4 for a while now for Charlotte. Both Both teams will at least get a couple days off before they return to action on Friday. Charlotte 49ers will be right back here taking on Coppin State. ESPN Plus at 6 o'clock. App State on the road at Eastern Kentucky. One team will be feeling really good going into that next game. Another one going to have heartbreak for Charlotte if they don't complete the comeback. We'll be looking back on that, and for App, of course, having the lead that they did and letting it slip away. But if the Mountaineers can come back here in overtime, it would say a lot.
And it's about the details now for both of these teams, whether it's App State making minor mistakes or what really is major mistakes towards the end of regulation when they had the chance. They gave themselves a chance with 7 seconds left. And now even Charlotte, you just talk about playing smart basketball. As you had a 5-point lead, that now quickly is back to just 2 as Rembert gave up that foul and then allowed App State Bigot with the and one.
Charlotte can take this down to under 30 seconds, and now we're going to get a foul on Frazier. It'll be Frazier's 4th. And Boykin back to the line, where she's 4 of 8 tonight. As you see the foul on Frazier. 3-point game, and now the all-important free throw to make it a 2-possession game.
Another substitution as Frazier goes out. Lose a little bit of defense there for App State.
Here's Harris. Trying to drive in on Lawrence, gets the shot to go. I believe a timeout taken by App.
And I'm not sure the discussion Elderkin is having with the officials. Unhappy about something.
She wanted an and one. It was a timeout taken or clock issue maybe again that's been fixed.
App State trying to milk that and make it their own timeout.
Yeah, they say 40.8 is the time. Ten-second difference. Shot clock to game clock.
Consuegra telling her team to wait. Boykin, wait.
Each team has a timeout left. Under 10 to go for Boykin to get a shot up. She'll go inside. Shot doesn't go. Rebound Mountaineers. And I'm not sure exactly again why the clock stopped and we got a whistle.
Timeout for App State.
So
we got that explanation. To draw up a play, which, again, you got to execute. And it makes you a little nervous if you're an App State fan, knowing what happened at the end of regulation when you called that timeout. You thought you had the potential for a game winner, and then you turn it over on the inbounds pass. So this is imperative. App State executes and gets that good shot, gives themselves a chance to cross half court to get a good shot off here in the final 13 seconds.
And we'll see what App decides to do and go quick. If you don't get it, then foul. Do you play for the 3? Usually the common thought on the road, or driving inside and trying to get an and one or just a 2 to force a double overtime. Here's Harris. Going inside, defender falls. Harris makes it in. We're tied with 4.7 to go.
Consuegra wanted a foul on that. They wanted a charge. They don't get it. Now they'll have the basketball with a chance here.
So we saw at the end of regulation, and kind of looked more like to me, Lawrence just fell down.
It does look like that, I think so.
I mean, there was a little hand contact, but I don't know enough
to make her fall. Now, the revenge shot maybe for Lawrence offensively. As we've talked all night long, how this can really be her season. She started off tonight with a career high. Her ability to even shoot the three, she's got a couple of those tonight, but drive to the basket. Now, if you're App State, that's something that you're expecting Charlotte to do, knowing the success that they've had.
At the end of regulation, it was Jada McMillan who had the shot, went off the rim, backboard rim, did not fall. McMillan out of this game, fouling out here in overtime. It's been Michaela Boykin getting the opportunities. And we'll see if the ball is in her hands. Now you got Deja Lawrence, who has 29 points in this game, leading the way for the Charlotte 49ers. App State was down 5, have come back here in this final minute. Inbounds to Boykin. Boykin for the win. Double overtime. We go here in Halton Arena. And we'll be back for maybe the last overtime next here in Charlotte. Getting ready here for double overtime in Charlotte.
And for Charlotte, you see Kara Consuegra after the shot shake her head and talk to Boykin, drive inside. And I said that right before the timeout. If you're Charlotte, you've done so well at that. Now, yes, App State is expecting it, but drive to the basket and give yourself a chance there rather than Boykin throwing it up for the three.
Yeah, I think as you saw Boykin kind of give the gesture, hey, that defense came out, but there was probably still time to at least make a little movement inside instead of the deep three that we saw. Charlotte had the 5-point lead with 109 to go at 83-78 in that overtime. But App State fighting back to force this double overtime after the incredible fourth quarter comeback where Charlotte was down 21 points. Tip controlled by the Niners, and Boykin has the basketball. Deja Lawrence. Now in the hands of Wade. Wade in the game for McMillan, who fouled out in the first overtime. And that's the second time we've seen Wade travel with the basketball. Turnover for Charlotte. Turnover number 15 of the game.
It's those little things you look back on this game that wins or loses a game. It's also the little things, the little successes that have put Charlotte in this place fighting from over 20 down.
Foul on Deja Lawrence, just her second. But it does lead to free throws for App State. Shea Harris, the freshman, hits the first one. She's got 19 points in her collegiate debut, and she hit that shot with 5 seconds to go in the first overtime to tie things up. Ball in the hands of Boykin. Boykin going inside, left hand, and one.
And you see her turn to her team with the swagger, with the attitude, that spark. As much as you talked about Jada McMillan being the spark, who's now on the bench because she's fouled out. Boykin, who's also playing with quite a few fouls, the same with everyone else. for App State as Bigot now fouls out. Significant for the points and for getting Bigot to foul out.
So Bigot out of the game with 5 fouls. And Charlotte back in front here by 1. Carver. Gets it off in the hands of Lewis. Now Carter, who had the hot hand from 3 this game. Hasn't taken a shot in a while. That ball hit. And it will stay with the Mountaineers.
Gets them out of their offensive set with just 5 seconds now on the shot clock. So good defense there by Wade.
Wet spot on the floor. They'll clean it up.
Can imagine things get pretty sweaty in your double overtime.
Harris 3. Rebound by Wade. Her 3rd rebound of the game, but that was a big one. Now Boykin, quick 3. Won't go.
I don't love that shot there from Boykin. I understand, but still want to slow it down a little bit. Get something set up.
Harris quickly the other way. She scores. Shea Harris.
Kara Consuegra trying to get the attention of J.C. Busick as she's jumping up and down on the sidelines.
Asia Lawrence. It's in the hands of Boykin. 10 to shoot. Under 3 to go here in double overtime. Boykin will fire the shot off the iron. Rebound to App State.
It's like Charlotte, at least these last couple of possessions, getting away from attacking the rim.
Harris shot doesn't go. We'll get a foul call on Carver. Not the foul you want to see. Hustle and play. But now going to allow Charlotte to go the other way and try to tie things and take the lead at the line.
Trying to get that mid-range jumper going for App State. Like you said, Bobby, just smart foul there, smart play by Carver. Because now you put a very good free throw shooter at the line.
And one of those fouls, I bet's not called if Boykins isn't falling out of bounds after the contact. But because of that, a call had to be made. Boykin hits them both. So after a rough start at the line, she's now 9 of 13. Tied her career high now with 24 points. Niners are back in front by 1 in this seesaw affair here in double overtime. Carver, nice move going inside, left hand, got it to go. Deja Lawrence. Jumper is short, able to get her own rebound. Another jumper. That one won't go. Rebound of the Mountaineers and Harris.
And
She'll bring it up for App.
Almost felt for that first initial jumper. Deja Lawrence almost lost her handle on it, had to backtrack a bit, and then rushing that jumper off the right elbow initially.
Carver, 15 points tonight, has the basketball. Swings it in the corner. Lewis didn't take the 3. She'll go inside. Runner doesn't go. Rebound to Boykin. Boykin inside, contact, and she'll head back to the free throw line.
And at this rate, I don't know why you stop that if you're Charlotte. Boykin, we've seen take a couple of three-point attempts as of late. Didn't work out, but now driving to the basket sends her to the free throw line.
That foul was on Carter, her 4th. Frazier, Harris, and Carter all with 4 fouls for App State on the floor as Boykin ties things at 91. Boykin and Busick each with 4 fouls right now for the Niners on the court. Niners by 1. And the crowd rising to their feet again here inside Holton Arena. Shea Harris with the basketball for App State. In the hands of Carter. Carter driving on Lawrence, and one! What a bucket for Lauren Carter!
And Wade's slow to get up, but looks like she is getting up.
We've seen Carter with the shots from the outside, but her biggest shot tonight might be this one.
Almost feels like, in a way, she's been quiet in these big moments, but like you said, stepping up in that big moment for App State, and then completing the and one, making it a 3-point play to give App State the 2-point lead.
Boykin right back inside, up and under. And we are tied with under a minute to go here in double overtime.
Fantastic play there from Boykin. So versatile for the 49ers.
Harris, shot doesn't go. Rebound, Boykin. "17-second difference with the shot clock and the game clock. Busick wants to get it inside to Lawrence, not there. Back to Boykin. She's gonna have to go. Boykin driving inside, and a foul is called.
And Boykin losing control of that now, maybe due because of the foul. They're getting away with that after losing control.
Foul on Frazier, her 5th. So she's out of the game. Taylor Lewis will check back in.
And you lose a big defensive presence now moving forward with Frazier fouled out.
Niners back in front. Each team with a timeout. Possession arrow with the Mountaineers. And Coach Elderkin will use her final timeout.
Kara Consuegra very emphatically saying, make the stop.
21 seconds to go. Coach Consuegra talking to her team here with 21.1 seconds to go. It's App State basketball. As the Niners lead by 2. App State led the entire game. Charlotte took its first lead in overtime. And a 5-point lead with just 1:05 to go in that first OT. App came back. Got the tying bucket from Shea Harris with just 5 seconds to go. In the second overtime, it has been back and forth the entire time with each team trading blows here in what's been a heavyweight fight in this first game of the 2022-23 season.
And as I mentioned, Kara Consuegra telling her team, make the stop. Not only that, no and ones. It's not giving up any silly fouls, mindless fouls in the final 20 seconds.
Carver going inside left hand, doesn't get it to go. And a foul on Lewis. Now App went quick, so it does force Charlotte to make some free throws with 12.7 seconds on the clock.
And good job there by Wade, keeping her hands up. No foul. Rembert with the rebound and holding on for dear life to that basketball.
Spanberg calmly sinks the first. She's now 2 for 4 at the stripe. And this one, now the all-important one that could make it a 2-possession game. The lead is 4. Carver will fire the 3. Won't go. Rebound out to the Niners. Wade has it. Foul called with 2.3 seconds to go. And the crowd knows it now, as the Charlotte 49ers on the verge of a historic comeback here in Halton Arena. Alicia Wade, the sophomore, misses the first. As we take a look at this last foul, Niners will step back to not commit a foul. App State one last heave, and this game is over. The Charlotte 49ers, from down 21 points in the fourth quarter, complete the largest comeback in program history and knock off App State by a final score of 98-94. An incredible double overtime performance tonight. From Ollie Cotton, I'm Bobby Rosinski saying so long from Halton Arena. The final score, Charlotte 98, App State 94. All games airing on the ESPN networks are streaming live and archived on the ESPN app. This has been a presentation of ESPN.